Good morning. Thank you for the time. My name is Dedi Pramonadi, and as shown already in the slide, I will present our current paper on feature selection entitled Assessment of Humorous Speech by Automatic Heuristic-based Feature Selection. First, our agenda is to discuss data as the problems and our research questions. Second, we will go to the materials and methods, namely our feature selection methods and tools that are involved in our experiment. Third is the result, which will be a comparison of accuracy from its feature selection methods. As we know, deep learning have done so much in terms of information recognition, identification, classification, and many more. But before we get into the information part, we have to go to the part which gives the information, which is data. It is said that deep learning needs many data. Well, data means many. Its nature are needed for deep learning models. Deep learning studies patterns after patterns after patterns of the loaded data. And in order to make sense of the given data, it is necessary to employ many of data. So, while data by definition is already many, deep learning models craves for more. It is truly a hungry machine. Unfortunately, giving more and more data will only showing that our computer wasn't ready for such computing experiment. It needs more resources, more computing power. Moreover, some deep learning models repeat processes and employ matrices that are multiplied progressively. This particular behavior is only done because deep learning models are in search of pattern for classification, recognition, identification, and other tasks. In this experiment, we use the sound files as our data. We use Humorous Speech database from You Are Funny dataset. It was an open source of Humorous Speech dataset. But once again, why do we see this data as a problem? Well, we are getting closer. So sound files are getting clear in current years. It even captures the environment sound to the smallest details. We can hear the sound of cascading pebble brooks in the background, the sound of crickets or the furthest sound of crickets. There are even 8-dimensional sound that surrounds us. These sound files paints quite necessarily a high quality picture but results in its size. It's getting bigger and bigger for just one file. Lossless audio quality may even get into 1 gigabytes and even more. We might find it hard to search comprehensive sound file under the size of 1 megabytes. We need the information to the smallest detail, but as it gets bigger, we can actually improve the computational time. So now in our plates, we have too many data and too big data in terms of its size. So, what is in question here? What is the grand design? Well, to put it simply, the question would be how can we minimize the computational cost and computational time in learning human in speech, but still grasp the advantage of massive uh, data in terms of size and count. Contrasting to the regular belief to taking in many data, which ultimately applying many instances, we did not just being straightforward and burdens our computers. Feature selection and statistics-based methods is used to select global optimum solution with classification as our evaluation stage. Second agenda. To further understand speech, we chose to employ acoustic features. Included features are shown in the table here. In short, we employ spectral features, root mean square error, zero crossing rate or ZCR, LPC or linear predictive coding, and the famously robust MFCC or male frequency capsule coefficient. Most of them apply global statistical features down to each of their derivations. Total features extracted were 70 acoustic features. Now we will dive into our feature selection methods. First is the particle swarm optimization. PSO is first introduced by Kennedy and Eberhard in 1995. It is inspired by social behavior of birds and shows of fish, any animal that has swarm-like social patterns. In the block diagram and the equation, PSO means to maximize the fitness function with the optimal solution as the output. Using PSO, we are able to extract about 11 features. Second feature selection method is the ant colony optimization. ACO is based on ants' behavior as a colony. In real world, ants wander randomly until they find a source of food. Upon then, they return to the colony, leaving behind pheromone trails. Others will simply follow the trails from the nest to the source of the food. In the block diagram and in the equation, ACO means to maximize the pheromone's local update function, with the maximum pheromones as the output. Using ACO, we are able to extract about 9 features. Third is the cuckoo search. Cuckoo search, or CS, is proposed by Yang and Deb in 2009. Cuckoo is known being neglectful parents by laying their eggs in another's nest, even found in different species. However, this rather parasitism behavior are considered as excellent scheme to find global optimum from a function. In the block diagram and in the equation, cuckoo search means to find solution from a probability function, with the updated set of solutions as the output. Using CS, we extracted about 4 features. Fourth is the Firefly algorithm. Firefly algorithm, or FA, is proposed by Sin-Se Yang in 2007. Firefly's attractiveness level is represented by their brightness. The brighter a firefly becomes, the more attractive they are. So, as the distance increases, the brightness decreases, and so does the attractiveness. This brightness is determined by the objective function. Using Firefly algorithm, we extracted about 8 features. So here is our evaluation stage. We use Weka over their intuitive GUI, and every package we need is in them. Furthermore, we use random forest classification package that are already included in Weka as our classification method. This is our grand experimental design. First, we collect data from our funny dataset. Second, we extracted features, the 70 features. Third, we do the processing, which is replace missing values. Fourth is the main stage, where we do the feature selection for each feature selection methods. And five, we do the evaluation to classify humorous speech and non-humorous speech classification. Third agenda. This is our result comparison for each feature selection methods. It is clear that every method yields the same computation time but with higher classification accuracy than the originals. It also have lower computation time than the originals did. So every feature selection yield 0.1 seconds of computation time, while the original yields 1.58 seconds of computation time. The highest result will be for Firefly algorithm with 99.1% of accuracy. The Firefly algorithm, to remind us, it yields 8 features out of 70 features. So to conclude, feature selection is necessary in finding speech data pattern by their feature. Further learning process is highly being helped by feature selection process, as it takes less computing power and resources while maintaining information in speech. In this experiment, we specifically employed 4 feature selection methods for humor speech data. The methods were particle swarm optimization, ant colony optimization, cuckoo search, and firefly algorithm. Each of them yield excellent accuracy value. Best accuracy value was achieved under firefly algorithm with 99.1%. Best data composition scale is found to be 70 by 30. In terms of how many features were selected, the firefly algorithm chose 8 out of the original 70. In the future, we believe that all features with high correlation problem is solvable by applying discrete cosine transform. Features that are too highly correlated will result in what is called with multicollinearity in mathematical statistics, and makes it difficult for the deep learning models to learn and estimate the relationship between features. In our case, many of the classification accuracy is about the same. That's because our features have almost multicollinearity or have almost two correlated features. Therefore, we need to solve it by next comprehensive work of feature selection, features itself, and their relationship. And that ends our presentation today. Thank you for attending our paper presentation.